know, you really gotta appreciate... Hey, what? There was a turtle here just now. What? Okay, it just disappeared randomly. Let's find another turtle to start our episode on. Yeah, you really gotta appreciate the wildlife in this wonderful world of Boom Beach. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, crab! No, he's gonna be attacking him!
He's looking at his prey in his natural habitat. And then the turtle runs away from the crab and he goes, finish him!
He surpassed him. Anyway, hello everyone, it is Cyberverse and welcome back to another episode of Boom Beach. I just like playing around with the wildlife and look at these turtles disappearing out of nowhere. They're like, hey, reversal is coming to grab us. What we're going to be doing today in this episode is doing Dr. Terror. And the cool thing about the new Dr. Terror or the new events in general is I live in Europe. That means that at 6 AM my time, I'm getting the new event already alongside with the boats and all of the great stuff. But you guys living in the United States are not, or Canada. You guys are getting it like 6 AM your time because all of the events start at 6 AM depending on where you're living. No, not depending on where you're living. Where you're living, it starts at 6 AM. So always 6 AM in the morning. You're gonna be getting the new event, regardless. So that is a cool little feature, and the reason why that's so cool is I'm able to show you guys everything first. I think, unless you live in Australia and Asia, then of course you guys are gonna be first with that. You know, the bigger YouTubers out there, there's me, Bentim, Bootramp and Nick at Night. We live in Europe. Me and Bootramp live in Europe, and Nick at Night and Bentim live in the USA. And because we got a huge audience, I'm able to showcase this to you guys more efficiently. I don't even know what I was saying. And speaking of the Boom Beach YouTubers, the four of us are gonna be going to Finland, to Helsinki, to visit the Supercell headquarters on the 11th of May until the 17th. And I'm going to do a separate little episode on that as well. I hope you guys are looking forward to that because I'm going to be vlogging the entire thing. But first things first, we're gonna be taking a look at the new Dr. Terror because I already took it down and I want to show you guys the replay so that way hopefully I'm able to help you guys out and all of that crazy stuff. As you guys can see, I have a lot of resources here, but I currently got my weapon lab in upgrading. So hopefully I don't get attacked in the meantime. My screen's not responding. What's up with that? My screen wasn't responding. That is awkward. Let me actually wipe my screen off then. Maybe there's... I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. It was... Oh my god! There's a party here! Wow! Look at all these turtles here. This is insane, man. Let's have a slumber party. Oh! He's awake early. Anyway. So yeah. What was I doing? Yeah, okay, so I have my weapons lab in upgrading right now. That's going to take a while before that's gonna be done. Hopefully my resources are not gonna be gone, but I'm gonna show you guys all of the attacks that I've been doing from stage 1 to stage 7 on this Dr. Terror. So as you guys can see, it is already gone. So let's go to my attacks because right now we're able to actually showcase them to you guys. Starting off with stage number 1. What? Huh? Why is the rest not there? Oh, I think it's just the screen that... Oh, that sucks though. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Oh, it seems that you're only able to showcase 6... you can only look back at 10 attacks. That is the same thing with Clash, but only 5 attacks, so... Okay, I suppose I'll show you guys stage number 4. So, what I have boosted up... Oh my god, the turtles kind of separated there. What we got boosted up from stage 1 to 6... was the gunboat energy, and at stage 7 I started failing, and I decided to go for troop masterpiece. Of course, the damage is the first thing that I boosted up, and then I kept on failing, and on the last 2 attacks that I did on stage 7 I decided to go with the troop health as well, and the last attack of course I took it down because I found a crucial little mistake that I did. So yeah, that is that. So let's jump straight into this. We're gonna be going to stage number... I wish I knew about this in advance. Then I would have been a little bit more careful. I just wanted to take down Terror like easily because whenever I wake up, I can play Boom Beach, but my voice, like, I don't know if you ever had it, but the moment you wake up, your voice, it kind of needs to, you know, it kind of needs to settle. It's not like I can do like, hey, what is up, you guys? Like, I cannot do that early in the morning because I need to wake up. So yeah. Okay, Terror station number 4. As you guys can see, only gunboat has been boosted up. Let's see how this one went. I'm sorry for you lower level boomers out there. I really wish I could show you guys the earlier attacks. I'm gonna make sure that the next time that's not gonna be happening. And I decided to go drop some critters at the right side there to get those supplies over there. Little did I know that these rocket launchers were gonna be hitting us. But there's a funny thing I want to show you guys. I dropped the flare onto the HQ, and this critter over here that is gone right now decided to follow along to hopefully make it up there as well. Then, the things that I need to shock are gonna be those sections at the right side there. I didn't take down that low-level flamethrower over there. Decided to shock the shock bombs over there, shock launchers, and actually took down the stage relatively easily. I even had enough energy to drop another pair of critters, and that's how we took out this stage. So that's number 4. And stage number 5. Lost 5 warriors here, as you guys can see. You definitely have to attack the right side here. And there's 2 shock launches here. And I think that stage 5 is like the equivalent of like a stage 12 or stage 13. Nothing much more than that, because as you guys can see, the defenses aren't really all that high level. So I would say a stage 12 or so in the old setup here. I decided to skip a little bit of distance here, so that way I can make my way up there. I could have probably deployed that second smoke a little bit better. And once again here, I decided to kind of like jump over there, drop the medkit. And the 2 things that I had my mind focused on was this little section over here, getting that shocked, and the right side. But I forgot about this shock launch over here, and then I decided to drop the critters to see which one gets taken out first. It was the sniper tower that actually took the win there, and there you go. That is terror stage number 5 being taken out like a boss. Really easy stage for me at least, but I can imagine you might find some struggles there. But if you use a lot of units there, I think you're gonna be fine. Like heavy Zooka, something you can use, and obviously warriors as well. Gonna be moving on to stage number 6. There's a guaranteed crystal here in stage 6 and in stage 7 as well. There's 2 guaranteed crystals. And over here, as you guys can see, my attacker statue bonuses. Only the gunboat energy, so I took this one out with only gunboat. And as you guys can see, this one is like a stage 16-ish kind of type of base. So I decided to drop, get rid of the mines first, because that is essential. And then make my way up to the machine gun. As you guys can see, we're dropping everything we need to be dropping there. Wasn't really happy with this placement of this landing craft, because it was kind of walking the warriors next to the flamethrower, and that is something that you definitely don't want to happen. So as you guys can see, dropping the smokes, making my way up to the flamethrower over there, kind of collecting myself here. And then making my way up there with just a single smoke over there. I do get hit for a little bit, but it doesn't hurt because I'm gonna be dropping a medkit anyway. And then from here on out, the things you should focus on is actually not really a whole lot. Maybe the shock launch at the right side. But other than that, there was only just this that I shocked. And it seems that the shock launcher doesn't even reach. So yeah, there's only these little buildings that you really need to shock because of the flamethrower. But other than that, as you guys can see, got a lot of force left. And yes, I did lose a couple of warriors because of some sniper towers, some cannons, and so on and so forth. And then stage number 7. Well, I'm gonna show you guys how you're supposed to do stage number 7. I'm gonna show you guys my first attack. And here's still only gunboat energy boosted up. So I decided to go with the left side here. Getting rid of all of those mines here. Drop the artillery at the bottom mines as well. Go to the very left machine gun over here. Speeding things up. Okay, as you guys can see, we actually do get some damage. Kind of a clumsy way of doing this because, you know, smoke's overlapping. You essentially don't want that to happen that badly. Then making my way up there. That warrior over there is almost about to die. And then one more smoke and one more flare to make my way up to the HQ. And the mines actually do a ton of damage, so be careful with those. Then after that, as for shocks, of course at the left side you got a little area over there with the flamethrower and the machine gun. Then another area in the middle down there with 3 machine guns and 2 flamethrowers. And then you got a shock launcher over here at the right side, which I didn't take into consideration for this attack. So as you guys can see, we took down Terror on about 40% health left. And then I decided to swap it up. Once again, everything not boosted up. I decided to attack a different side here. So instead of the very left side, I went a little bit more to the right side. Getting a mine gun here. And you should probably drop an artillery onto these 2 mines as well. then what I did was I went to this machine gun over here, dropped 2 smokes, that way they can all just walk their way up there without getting too much damage. Then go to the flamethrower. Go on. Yeah, drop 3 smokes. You can essentially do this with 2 smokes, by the way. If you have the distance, you can actually do that with 2 smokes. And then once again, making my way up there. Then you can do that in 1 smoke. But as you guys can see, I got a lot of damage because of a couple of hits from the machine gun, I think. And also the mines that were kicking in. So right now, shocking everything. My reaction was a little bit late, but here's where I noticed something very crucial that I'm going to show you guys a little bit later as well. So I decided to shock everything with the exception of this machine gun in the front here. And we'll just have to see what's going to be happening. As you guys can see, a little bit more efficient. I took about 75% down this time around. So after that I had a bunch of failures. I actually decided to boost up my attack damage here. Didn't take it down, was a very close one. We're just going to do this 4 times the speed so that way you guys get an idea. Decided to go with the same strategy. First machine gun, then flamethrower, and then making my way up to the HQ. That medkit that I dropped at the flamethrower was a no-go. And as you guys can see, once again, decided to shock everything. I was really close with this one, but I didn't make it regardless. As you guys can see, about 10% health left. And that's why I was like, oh, I can take this one down. I'm gonna be doing another attack. That one was even worse than the previous one that we had here. Then after that I started tilting. I was like, I can do this, and I don't want to be boosting up my health as well. I decided to do it anyway, and I made a little mistake there as well, and there's where I took a little break. As you guys can see in between the times here, I took a little break because I knew that I was tilting. I knew I was spending a lot of diamonds here, unnecessary, and I was not going to be taking down Dr. Terror if I was gonna have my mindset like that. So whenever you're playing Boom Beach, sometimes you just have to take a little break to cool down, so that way you can actually play the game efficiently again. Like, that's part of the process here. Now on this little attack that I'm gonna show you guys is where you need to be dropping your shocks effectively. So let's take a look here. So how do you do this? I was like, you can actually get you can get this all together if you're very careful. Next to the you can actually hold the spot here next to the machine gun, drop your shock there, you're able to get all of those 4 buildings. But it gets better than that. If you drop a little bit more to the left over there, you can actually get all of these 5 buildings over here. That is going to be saving you 1 additional shock that you can use onto doing other stuff, and maybe even shocking them again. So then all you gotta do is dropping a shock onto the left side over here, onto the flamethrower and the machine gun. At these 5 buildings over here, or maybe even 4, you can always leave this little machine gun over there open, but you gotta make sure that both flamethrowers are shocked, and then of course the shock launcher over there. So let's actually take a look at how I took down Dr. Terror. And fairly straightforward. I actually took this to practice here. Decided to drop an artillery here. Decided to drop an artillery there. Getting rid of all of that. And still, this even wasn't the best attack out there. I could have probably done this without the troop health. Troop damage was enough. I'm not sure if I was going to be able to do this with only gunboat. Of that I'm not entirely certain. My warriors right now are level 17. My medkit is maxed out. My shock is maxed out. And do I miss out on anything? No, my smoke and my flare, but yeah, that's just normal stuff. So as you guys can see, I am getting some damage here. I'm a little bit late with the second smoke, so I'm like, let's just go ahead and drop a medkit here to kind of heal up. I thought at the time, because I was so messing up so badly. By the way, be fast with your reaction there. You don't want to be getting hit for a second by those flamethrowers and those machine guns. So let's see how we're going to be shocking this. So I did drop a shock at the top here, which I didn't have to do. I already forgot about my own tactic here. But because we got up to the HQ very nicely, we actually did manage to take down this Dr. Terror, and we still have quite a few units left. So it is definitely possible if you use the right tactic here. But yeah, that is my take on Dr. Terror. I actually think that I might be doing these Dr. Terror episodes just like this, like instructional, so that way I'm able to give you guys some pointers and so on and so forth. Maybe the next one is gonna be live, but I wanna strive to bring you guys Dr. Terror in a way that's going to be informative and that's going to really help you guys out with your Dr. Terror. So that's going to be doing it for this Dr. Terror. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. I wish you guys all the best of luck on your Dr. Terror, and let me know in the comments if this episode helped you out. If it did, make sure to smash that like button, and of course, as always, make sure that if you guys like this episode... Oh, what? Sorry, that was my microphone. I was so excited, and you know, I don't know, you guys cannot see this, but I'm always commentating with hand gestures. So whenever I say something like huge, I have my hands out. I don't know, you guys cannot see it, but I just hit my microphone the moment I was doing my outro. So, once again, without moving my hands, as always, make sure that if you guys like this video, to boom, give it a thumbs up. And that being said, I just totally lost my outro. This has been Reversal for Boom Beach. I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.